Hi, this is the way elements.html looks like, but we'll not talk about this immediately. We'll first get into this formatting thing I had mentioned in the previous part, lecture part. And I look at this screen to the right. It looks like this, right? I'm saving it. Nothing goes on here. Let me just click here and I'll enter a lot of returns. I'll do a lot of, remove the indentations. So I put this one over here, that's over here. A lot of, I'm making a muck of this. Yeah, and worse, we put it afterwards like this. And then we're making a lot of space before. Now, those of you who believe that the page to the right is going to change when I click save, you'll be wrong. I'm saving and flicked, but it's the same. It didn't change much. What happened? The file got a bit larger, probably. I don't know if it was any really large changes going on there because there's so little content on this page. But we added some spaces, but the web browser doesn't care about that. It cares about the order and the structure of things. It doesn't care about me giving an extra return chain. It doesn't really care at all. It's still going to place it like this unless I'm writing code to change that. And I haven't written any code to change it. And I haven't shown you how to write code to change it, so it's not going to change it. It's just, this is the way it's going to be. It's not going to care about all the things you do. It's going to care about the nestlings of things. So the things that are nested inside others. They're going to care about the order of things. And it's going to care about the semantics. And then it's going to care about the styling you do apply on it. And the styling that the web browser already applies to it, because we're going to discuss in the future, the web browser applies CSS at the get-go. So, all in all, we could also do this. I could just select all of it and just go paste and then take everything on one line like this. Let's do it. Well, yes, this is perfect. And let's save. Still the same. So what I'm trying to say is, what we really need to care about is not that. It's going to be maintainable and easy to read for us. And therefore, you have to ask, is it for you? No, it's for us. So we have to wait to do this. And that's why we have style guides. And most of the users out there, they're using something called Prettier, like I mentioned earlier. It's an extension for that. And if I format a document using Prettier, it will look one way. Now, in this course, I'm usually using just the basic formatting. So I right-click here and I go Format, and it jumps out. Maybe I need to remove some simple extra line there, but it's quite easy now. It's easy to read. So let's walk over to elements. And this elements.html thing, it's massive. And it barely scratches the surface, like I say here. And this is text I've written in, just because I wanted to gather everything that I find really vital to this course regarding HTML. And just HTML elements, not HTML in general, because there are more things to HTML than just elements, because there are attributes, of course, and so on. But I want the structural and maybe even more so the semantic part of these elements to be ready available for you to read at the most fundamental, level, the foundational level, because there are much deeper levels in all of them. But I want that gathered in one place. So this document for you. And to help you think about this, I've divided them up into different groups. And one element can be part of more than one group, because a group doesn't always do with the element justice. It has more values. It could be used for more things. And there are going to be times when you're going to ask yourself which element to use. And that's where you go to this document and try to make this one help you. And sometimes you will still be stuck in the gray area. And then you discuss with your fellow students what they've used and why they used it. Not just what they used, why. The discussion is really vital here. So because when you get into these discussions about why to use one element over another, then you get to really vital questions you haven't yet answered. And maybe you can bring it up on some kind of Q&A or some kind of lesson or something, some part of the course, and we could all be the wiser because of that question. So please see this document as a starting point, for that is exactly what it is. I think I'll actually read the text up here, even though and you might skip ahead if you want to, but I read it because it's really important. This guide serves as an introductory overview of various HTML elements that are essential for structuring and enhancing web documents. Web documents, when I say that, it actually means web pages. So it covers, I use documents a lot when I'm talking about it, web documents, because when you later on in your future courses, you will understand why. There is something they call the DOM, Document Object Model, which is really deeply connected with JavaScript, which is basically the muscles of the web. But we'll leave it up there right now. It covers key categories such as document core elements, metadata, content structuring, and interactive controls. Just examples there. Each category and its respective elements are briefly explained to help you understand their purpose and uses in building a web page. Please note, this is not an exhaustive list or detail of each element. Extremely important. Not everything you need to know is written here. This is what you need to know initially to manage the whole course and really understand how to apply things during the course. You'll need to learn more than this. For comprehensive understanding and additional examples, students are encouraged to refer to the Mozilla Developer Network, so MDN documentation. That documentation you'll find there on a page about elements is really the best. This will aid in grasping the broader context and technical specifics not covered here. So, really early on, I'm telling you all, this is not all. So what are the categories? Well, we'll take that in the next part of this lecture.